So welcome to this episode of Next Level Leadership with Sissel, where I sit down with successful and inspirational women from around the globe to share their stories, insights, and wisdom. And today I have the privilege of welcoming a truly remarkable guest, Dr. Zarrin. She is the founder of BioQuantum Academy, founder of Homeopathy and Nutrition, and founder of Integrative Medicine and Nutrition. So you might understand that she is a leading figure in the world of homeopathic medicine and natural health. And with an unwavering dedication to holistic well-being and an innovative approach to cellular health and aging, Dr. Zarrin has not only transformed lives through her clinical practice, but also has been the forefront of education and humanitarian efforts to the field of natural medicine. So while Dr. Zarrin will certainly dive deeper into her journey and the passion that drives her work, it's my honor to introduce a visionary who embodies the spirit of healing, empowerment, and genuine care for the well-being of humanity. So my hope is that our conversation, Dr. Zarrin, will not only be appealing to those who already are interested in homeopathy and natural health, but also to a general audience who are curious about improving their health holistically. So a big warm welcome, Dr. Zarrin, and thank you for accepting my invitation.
Oh, thank you so much for your warm and kind introduction, dear Sissel. It's a great pleasure to see you, and also warmest greetings to you and your audience, your viewers from Toronto, Canada, on today, May the 12th. First of all, I would like to again thank you for your kind invitation to be interviewed by you today, and the amazing introductions, and also congratulate you on receiving your recent education and your achievements at the BioQuantum Academy. I see your certificate circulating around LinkedIn, which is so inspiring and encouraging to see as an educator, and also people to see a very successful entrepreneur like you, who have building many teams in different countries around the world, joining the BioQuantum Academy to explore holistic education with us. This is so inspiring to me, and I'm sure that it's very encouraging to the public to see your achievement. This is exactly what I envisioned when I established this academy years ago. I always wanted to come up with different platforms for different backgrounds, for professionals like you, for medical backgrounds, for non-medical backgrounds, from all walks of life. And I always say my dream has come true. And this is something that I always, wanted it. And this is something that I think that's the only way that we can create a new healthcare system with a holistic approach, with various natural modalities for people, to give them options to choose as tools for their health and healing. Yes, I could.
So maybe you can share a little bit with the audience how what initially drew you to homeopathic medicine and the path that led you to where you are today. I mean, you are a very influential person around the globe. How did you end up where you are now? What's the background?
Okay, the background, how did I step into homeopathy? Actually, it's going to be a longer story, Sissel.
Okay.
I want to talk about it. It's going to go back to my childhood. That I was, I don't know if I have time to talk about it, but I never ever responded to allopathic medication, artificial synthetic drugs, and everything goes back to the very childhood that somehow I was, I got my life back through the natural modalities. So, and then when I graduated from nutritional sciences, I got my bachelor's degree from nutritional sciences. As all of us, we always want to grow in terms of education. We don't want it, we are not stagnant people. We always wanted to learn more and more and more. And I tried to kind of, because nutritional science that I graduated practically was in the mainstream. So that most of the education, but that's the way to get into continue my education. But then it never resonated with me. So I tried, going to work, into different hospitals, different, clinical settings with the, this current model. A lot of stories I can share with you that it just brought a lot of memories back to me from my childhood, that how I was on deathbed with, anaphylactic shock after the injection of vaccinations and, penicillin antibiotics or something like that. So it was just, might be the subconscious, but that definitely was an ignite when I tried to find a way, a setting that resonates with me. None of them did. So something happened, yeah.
That is really interesting. So, but if the audience now are new to homeopathy, how would you explain the principles of homeopathy to those who don't know about these kind of things we can help our body achieve? And maybe you also would like to touch into your experiences. How does homeopathic medicine complement maybe traditional practices? Because that's the mainstream thinking. But we know that you can promote overall health and well-being with other means also than just covering off the symptoms. Could you drill a little bit down to that, so people who haven't really engaged in this might understand a little bit more?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for your great question. It's like a question that I'm often asked. First of all, how did you come to this field, and how did you choose homeopathy versus allopathy? Even though we grew up with allopathic system, we grew up, it's the only thing we knew. It's the only thing that especially last generation knew about it. And when I entered into homeopathic domain, again, there are stories behind it. How I chose a holistic, field, but it was like I was thrown into an ocean without knowing how to swim, and but somehow I had to survive, and I have to skill myself in order to bring myself into the safety. But through this challenge of skilling myself and learning and everything, and then I realized how fascinating this system of medicine is. But the challenge that I faced in the beginning, because the allopathic and homeopathy, they are two extreme opposites of each other. Allopathy is based on the concept of contrary, means the opposite, means anti-something, antibiotics, anti-inflammatory, anti-disease. Coming to the concept of similar, means like cures life, means the similar to the disease. So we have to give the medicine similar to the disease, but more powerful in order to remove the actual disease. It was a whole different concept to me and to so many others. But I'm the person that I have to fundamentally understand something in order to go forward. So day and night, I try to gather information and knowledge, not just relying on the textbooks, because textbooks is sometimes that it's teaching you how to practice it, how to learn, but convincing and understanding the concept is another thing. So as a student, I was going to a school, but on the other hand, I was going to a library to find, the common books that explaining homeopathy to me. So it was a huge challenge for me, but when I understood the fundamental aspects of homeopathy, from science, from concept, history, philosophy, laws, principles, and preparations, and then prescription, because application is the end product of all this process. So when you don't have the foundation of fundamental understanding of any modalities, application, it always goes wrong. So that's how I was educated at the school, and also I educated myself in order to really, truly understand the tools. And it's a genius system of medicine, and it's a as I say, it's a God-given gift to the human race. But you just have to understand it. You just have to find it. So
Yeah, and that's also your passion to educate people about how they can approach these in better ways. But doctor, so today's society, we're talking about beauty very often, and it's also very often related to the outside. There's this buzzword about biohacking. So from a cellular health perspective, what are some key factors that can contribute to healthy aging? And in terms of biohacking, are there some effective strategies you believe can help empower our own bodies to heal themselves and stay young, strong, and healthy longer?
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for your great question. Yes, we are born, every single living being, including human being, is born with the powerful and ability to heal itself. And we are born with it without any exception, without exception. So it is endowed in every single cells of our body. So we have this power that to regenerate, and every single cells in different organs and different systems and different tissues, they have their own cycle of regeneration. We call it cellular regenerations. For example, stomach is in 5 days. 3 to 5 days is going to regenerate, like intestine in 8 days, blood in 120 days, the liver in 150 to 500 days. Just go on and on. Every single single cell has its own renewal cycle, which is endowed in us without telling them how to regenerate. Mm. So they have the imprint, they have the information, they are programmed to do that. The same way as, for example, pancreas cells regenerating would never ever make a new cells of liver. The liver regenerating never makes new cells of the lungs. They are so much intelligently programmed. So this cellular regeneration happens every single moment of our life, and mostly happens the time that we are sleeping. That's why the cycle of sleep, the adequate sleep and quality sleep is very important to our cell regenerations, especially the brain, because it's the time that the brain is cleansing out and is regenerating. And all the hepatic system, renal system, respiratory system, reproductive system, they have their own regeneration process. That's why and on the other hand, the aging is just a common name of common name for degeneration. It's people resonate to aging terminology than degeneration. So degeneration, again, is the extreme opposite of regeneration. Yeah. So what do we have to do in order to get our youth back, our beauty back, our regeneration back? Means to prevent degeneration, to reverse, and to stop it. So, and this is the only thing that to bring the cells into a healthy habit of regeneration by giving them the nutrients they need on a daily basis, cleansing them out by detoxification and drainage on a regular basis, and bring them into effective and producing adequate energy in order to run our lives. So this is not a hard thing to do, and aging to me, I don't want to mention the number of my age,
but you look fantastic, by the way. I was going to say that you do.
I just today actually is a Mother's Day, right? So around the world. So when I saw my children brought flowers to me, I said, oh my God, this was like yesterday, and now they are like a decade age. But I mean, aging to me doesn't make any sense, because regeneration is on a daily basis and is all the time. And aging, degeneration is the actually opposite of the way that we are born. So we're not supposed to degenerate. Death is something that is that the moment we are born, there is the moment that we depart. I'm not talking about that. But that the duration of birth to death, we should live healthy and keep regenerating.
So how important do you believe education is in preventing diseases and promoting a holistic approach to health globally? Do you think that is important, and how?
See, yes, thank you so much, Sissel. Practically doctors, the meaning of doctors means educators. We haven't become doctors to prescribe. We become doctors to educate. And I always say the healthcare starts from your own home, from your own kitchen. You know, what you're putting in, it becomes you. Either makes you regenerate or makes you sick. Or if you're lucky, it's neutral, it doesn't do anything to you. But education is the key to the human race, to all people, to understand that they can keep healthy. They can be healthy at any given moment by understanding the aspects, all the aspects of human life, physical, mental, emotional, and even subtle body. So when you understand how the body works as a unit, as a holistically, then you understand that aging is not aging. It doesn't make sense, you know, and being sick, it doesn't make sense. Yes, we can be, you know, for some reason there is an alteration of the physical and mental and emotional, but you have to quickly come back to regeneration. So if the body doesn't come back to regeneration, that body is already having death installments. So this is something that people have to understand that by education. That's why Quantum Academy established based on that, for the public to raise awareness, to educate the public. And personally, I was up front, you know, all the social medias, you know, almost every week throughout the year, to just educate people. Listen, sickness and disease is only one. Human body has only one disease with thousands of different manifestations of disease. And you can go with 1,000 different artificial drugs in order to manage it, control it, suppress it. You're taking death installments by that. You have to understand that how to remove the internal disharmony or the disease in a very holistic and natural way.
And that's where the two of us passion really meet, because we have the same thoughts, just different approaches, and that's also how we unite, I think. So I know that you have been involved in various humanitarian outreach initiatives also, and I truly believe that all you said now is really important, and we can change one person's life if they start to understand how they can take care of their own health. I mean, for many years, I know that people, they put their car onto service every year, they go to the dentist every year, but some people, they neglect their health and well-being until it's starting to really fail, and then they need to repair instead of prevent. So preventive is really important, in my opinion, as well. So
absolutely, prevention is the healthcare. Prevention is the healthcare. Treatment is sick care. When you come to treating the disease, means it's a sick care, means you're treating the sick, right? But healthcare, it's prevention. And that's why people have to understand this. Every single person should be their own physician. This is a market. This became a marketplace for the medical field, especially when the medicine has been monopolized by one system of medicine from the past 125 years, and they monopolized the medicine. It means that, and they turned healthcare to absolutely sick care, and definitely nobody gets well with that system of medicine, and it's a lifetime thing. So, and it's gonna go for forever if we don't stop it.
Yeah. And when we're talking about education, I will put the links to your Bioquantum Academy, of course, in the comment or the captions under this publishing. But I'm also interested. So I know that you several years ago you founded this Bioquantum Academy, and I guess it wasn't just easy. It hasn't been a flow just one way, but how do you see the role of homeopathic medicine evolving in the coming years, and especially with the rise of technology and the digital health maybe also? How do you see that?
Bioquantum Academy definitely started with homeopathic platform, so, and also platform for the public to raise awareness, as I mentioned earlier. But at this present moment, Bioquantum Academy is having an umbrella of integrative medicine that the various natural modalities also are offered, you know, via through Bioquantum Academy. But homeopathy is another platform with two formats. One is classical homeopathy for people that they want to be classical homeopath. It's going to be their main, you know, approach. And the other one is a bridging platform for medical doctors, for medical practitioners, that they are in the allopathic model, but somehow they want to switch, or they want to convert, or they want to bridge into homeopathy. So homeopathy now at the Bioquantum Academy has two different approaches, two different formats. But that's the reason that I always say this is a revolutionary, because a very unique and one of a kind form of education that we're offering at the Bioquantum Academy, especially for homeopathy platform. And it's custom designed, it's custom made, is designed for every single student accordingly. So we don't have one size fits all. We don't have one prescription for all. So we design. That's why they have to go through a lot of interviews, the screening, and evaluation, assessment, and everything in order to understand. Because we don't want anybody to waste their time when they come into Bioquantum Academy. Because I have seen through the past more than 3 decades in Canada that people invest their lives, invest their financing, invest so much emotions and everything. They sacrifice even their family. They go to school and they come back and they quit. Oh. They come out of school, they graduated, either they don't like it, either they cannot find a job, or one way or another they stop. And I have seen engineers, they're cab drivers. I have seen so many professionals, they're doing car salesman. And you know what I mean? I am seeing it. And they're all graduates. They're all professional, practically should be professional. And they spend hundreds and thousands of dollars. We don't want this in Bioquantum Academy. We only accept the right candidates, because I personally, is not only just education, is humanitarian, is compassion, is kindness in everything, because that's how I operate, and if somebody is not a candidate, like I rejected 2 people last week, I said, don't take it as a rejection, take it as a favor, because I know that, you're coming and you might face some challenges and you want to, go through it, but I know that is not for you. So, because homeopathy is the hardest, I can say, it's the hardest profession that you can choose, but it's the most rewarding profession. And with all, adversity, with all challenges and hardships that I personally have gone through, I think it's the best thing I've ever done for me.
Yeah. Okay, so is there anything else you would like to communicate to the viewers before we close this interview? I'm really happy about all the things, but I also know that I am so curious about more. But what would you suggest to share?
Sorry, I don't know if I answered your question correctly or not. But again, I just want to repeat what your introductions, that yes, I have three organizations in Canada. One is Homeopathy and Nutrition Clinic that has been established in 2004. Then I established Integrative Medicine and Nutrition in 2015 because I was a nutritionist, I was a homeopath, and then I became a medical, esthetician as well for my own interest. I combined them, under umbrella of natural, approach and holistic approach. Then I established Integrative Medicine and Nutrition. Then I started, having a lot of co-op students from here and there. They wanted to come to my clinic to have some, studying and some, working time. And then I realized how demanding the, integral approach is as well. So, and I collected all of them together. And then because I always have a kind of interest, I think I was born natural and educator. I wanted to educate it to the mass one way or another, to practitioners, to all walks of life. And then I established Bioquantum Academy. And I always say Bioquantum Academy is not just an educational institution, it's a national and international movement for the health and healing of people. I started leading a national campaign, a Canadian health campaign in 2021. And yes, and then it was very successful with the Canadian team. And then I kind of bridged to international, and now practically is a health campaign, but in a form of education. Yeah. So this is a health and healing campaign for professionals, for doctors, and for people and who really wants to understand how they can have the right tools, that they can be accessible, can be available, can be affordable for them around the world. So that's why we created a system. I always say we don't want to fight with the current system. We have nothing to do with that. No. We don't want to get into the system anymore, because I personally fought for it to get into the system, that to get coverage for people. Yeah. But again, I came to my realization that actually it was great that it didn't happen, because now we are having this opportunity to create a new healthcare system based on prevention, based on natural modalities, and give to people options to choose, because we are liable for them and we are liable for our next generations.
Yeah. So you once again reminded me about your incredible power of passion and knowledge and dedication in making a tangible difference in the world, Dr. Zarrin. So I cannot thank you enough for sharing your invaluable insights, experiences, and boundless energy that you bring to the field of holistic health and wellness. And your work truly embodies the essence of helping people live better, healthier, and more fulfilled lives. And that's what everybody is striving for. So to my viewers, I encourage you to delve deeper into the topics we have discussed today. For more information, resources, and links related to Dr. Zarrin's work, I will place them in the captions below, as I just mentioned. And remember, the best investment you can make is in your health, advocating for a preventive approach to ensure a long, strong, and vibrant life. So if you enjoyed this conversation and found it valuable, and please share these videos with others who might benefit, and together let's spread the message of empowerment, wellness, and prevention.